Okay kids, so we're going to play around with some mixing and fading of audio here, and what I want to end up with is I have audio of this auctioneer, which I just pressed record on my recorder and recorded 30 seconds or so of just the auctioneer doing his auctioneer thing. And then we also have our rabbit girl interview that I have edited. And what I want to do is make a little piece where we start out with the audio of the auctioneer to kind of set the tone, and then we fade that down, and then we actually have her interview. So essentially what I'm going to do here is sort of mix those two audio sources together and do a little bit of a fade so that the auctioneer starts out full blast and then kind of fades in, and then we hear the interview with the rabbit girl. So to make that happen, I have Audacity started, and I'm going to go up to File and Open, and I'm going to open my file from my audio recorder, which happens to be this file right here. We can just go past this warning, and if we listen to a little bit of this, you'll hear that this is the auctioneer audio.
Jay Davis's grand champion penalty meat rabbits weighing 15.8 pounds.
Okay, so he talks about Jay Davis rabbits at the beginning, and this girl obviously is not Jay Davis. So what I want to do is cut out the very beginning part of that.
Rabbits 2009 Honey Family there on the count of 300 over go ahead. 2009 Honey Family there.
So let me just play this for a couple of seconds. So, you know, I'll just let it play for maybe like 4 seconds. So in order to do a fade, we use this envelope tool. So I'm going to click the envelope tool, and that gives us the bars above and below. And then what I can do is set a node here. So I'm going to set a node about right here, and another one about right here. I'm going to drag this one all the way up, and then I'm going to basically just fade this down to about that level. And you can experiment with this. I mean, if it sounds too loud or too soft, you can, you know, essentially just bring it back up if you want. And let me just play this, and you'll hear how it fades out. Okay, so it fades out, and then that's where I'm going to want my rabbit girl to come in. So what we're going to do is we're going to unmute the rabbit girl, and then right now this is starting from the very beginning. So if I were to play this, we basically get a mess. So I don't want the rabbit girl to start right away, so we're going to use the time shift tool, which remember allows us to move tracks back and forth. and I'm just going to essentially drag this about halfway through where it fades. And now if we start this from the beginning, I'll let you hear that we'll start out with the auctioneer talking for a while, it will fade, and then we have the rabbit girl start talking. So let's listen to that.
2009 Honey Academy Fair there on the count of 300 over, go ahead.
It's kind of exciting to see the bidders and how much they give you and how much it's really hard work to get it up to that, and it's just exciting to see what you get afterwards. At the end, you have to watch the weights to see like if they're a certain weight, that way you can sell them. You kind of have to try not to get attached to them.
Okay, so that's not bad, but what I want to do then at the end is I want to fade the auctioneer back up. So let me do a node, and what I've done is I've clicked the envelope tool up there, as you could see, and I'm going to put a node maybe about right here and another one about right here, and then I'm going to drag this and fade it all the way back up, and let's just listen to the end of that to see what that sounds like.
A certain weight, that way you can sell them. You kind of have to try not to get attached to them.
Okay, and so that's pretty good, and then what I can do just at the very, very end here is once again add another node, and finally one at the end here, and then what I can do is actually fade this out. And it's going to be a relatively quick fade. I actually wish I had a little bit more audio there, but it's all that I have. And so then I do a quick fade out, and let's listen to what that sounds like.
They're a certain weight, that way you can sell them. You kind of have to try not to get attached to them.
Okay, so that's not bad. It's got a nice little fade out at the end. So that's essentially how you would mix together audio tracks. And then obviously if I wanted to export this, I would need to make sure that I had both of these unmuted because I want both tracks. And then what I would do is just go up to File and Export, and then export as an MP3.